Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 71 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. I would say that the market and international market at this hour still remain in a mid direction, but US market and European stocks as we speak now are opening on a higher note as a result of the news of China lifting the lockdown restriction because of COVID-19. And at the same time, this also have triggered the price of oil, crude oil, I mean. And as we speak now, crude oil is been around 115.82 per barrel at this hour because of the expected demand for what for oil as a result of what the lifting of those lockdown provisions in China. That is what it also. And don't forget that all eyes, both in Europe and also in US are looking towards what we call a consumer price index for the month of May, and it's expected that most of them will also still look northward, and that is why you can see that the market there is still moving up and down in that direction. Just for you to know that the market is still very much in order. You don't need to panic for here. Down back home here, we know that our market is already in a situation that, to speak, we are seeing that market is trying to make another wave, but slowing down this morning as a result of what profit taking, that continue as a result of reaction to the MPC, meeting outcome. The 13% NPR position moving from 11.5%. That is what is still putting the market on this stage. But I will tell you that you don't need to panic in that regard because what the market still remain for me still remain healthy for us to also watch. Because as far as the market remain above what I call say 50, 52, 51 cyclical line, it tells that the market is still very much healthy. All you don't need to just allow your investment objective and go to guide you. Where you need to take profit, don't hesitate to take that profit immediately. Once you're able to take profit from those positions, I will tell you that you are really in the right place. But when you fail to take profit and the market force your position into loss, then it becomes a problem. And that is why when I emphasize using your stop loss, trade your plans, that means having your exit and your exit strategy. It's as if I'm emphasizing it just for all these reasons. I always hammer on them so that you will have what to guide you at any given time. If your stop loss is activated and it's on, you see that you have a good position to always know what is happening in the market. But when, as we speak, you don't have the market to throw you up and down. And put is not healthy for what? For your investment portfolio. You must know where you are standing as what? As a trader or investor. Yeah, but before we go into looking at the market generally, I want to explain that there are 10 stock market rules players or investors need to know or remember at any given time, especially when you see market going in up direction. There is possibility that market is going to reverse also down. So ask yourself, what are the factors responsible for all this movement? I want to show some rules that will also help us at any given time so that when you allow this rule to guide you, I'll tell you your mistakes and your error in the market will be very few. This rule we're going to use for today, then we're not going to look at any indicator. This rule, there are 10 rules, but I want to use it for two classes. I'm going to discuss five this afternoon, sorry. Then I'll also discuss the number five our next meeting by God grace tomorrow. But I'll speak now. The first one is that market tend to what? Tend to market tend to return to the mid to the midpoint over time. Market tend to return to the midpoint over time. That means when trend goes too far in one direction, investor can prepare for what? For some what we call correction or reversal of that trend. That means it tells you that trends of any actually trend, especially with technicians that draw trend does not continue to go up. Does also when you see price action of any stock, doesn't move up continuously. They all call pullback, correction, and all those stuff. These are what you should know that market cannot continue. I mean, there's a level that market will get to. If you are in that position, know that the correction is underway, and you cannot prepare where if we come to this level, what will be my position? Where will I take profit? That means if you have this rule at the back of mind that market tend toward to return toward to the mean. To the mean. When I mean mean, to the mean over time. That means the market must go up, it also come back to a level. That is why we have support level, have a resistance level, have also have a base. These are the things that you have at the back of your mind. That means you need to know that this is the one that market tend toward to return toward to the mean over time. The second is that excess in one direction will lead to an opposite excess in what in other direction. What would I mean by this? That a market can swing like a pendulum, with what with excess move in one direction and also on one direction that proceed one extreme move again in opposite direction. You can see that means what we are seeing now. Yes, we have seen the market rally for all this while, even from since 2000 and 2000 and 2020, market has been an uptrend. We saw a good growth in 2020. 2021 was not much. We have seen what we have seen also far in this year from January to date. Hard market has rallied. It also tell you that correction will come in all this. Yes, you have to be able to continue to go up, but prepare your mind that anything that has moved in excess in one direction will also lead to what another opposite what excess in what in another direction. So that you have this at the back of your mind, so that you won't be carried away with any market direction. That's why I said play with your stop loss and set up your investment objective where you know your entering and your exit strategy. Once you know this, you don't have any issue at all. The third one is that there are there are no new era. Excess as what as one never is permanent. Let me come again. There are no new era. Excesses are never permanent. That means if you see market going up, like I said that no trend will remain an up. And I've said it that no any market that has straight line up and did not come down is not a market. That market, you are free to trade that market. Market that goes up and didn't correct, that market is not a market that you and I should play. That means that market is incomplete. It is the up and down movement. No market will tell you that it as the graph of life is not straight. No market will move, it come up and down. That's why I said there are no new era. Excess are never permanent. That means whatever go up, you can that. When excess get built up, we start to hear this phrase, this time is different, this time is different. No, it's not telling you for you to also apply wisdom. That phrase, this time is different, you ask yourself why different. That means something is also underway. You have to also prepare yourself for that something that's underway. That is why as market is rallying, that is why when I said it, our market for the month of May have defied another sell in May and buy in what and buy in October. You can see this mantra for almost getting to 6 years now. Our market has defied that mantra. Is that our market has a different terrain and also move in a different direction. Different things can trigger market in the month of May. Yes, we expect that month of May market to slow down. But now that we have seen that market have been almost as we speak now, 8.7 or 8.8 for the month of May alone. It tells you that what will happen in the month of June. In June, you have to expect what a little correction, a little adjustment. That adjustment also give room for you to position forward for the half year any season that will come in June. These are how you should look at it. Like as market is experiencing some form of a sell-off now, some of profit taking activities now. Despite that the telecom industry is leading the bull, the market is still making an uptrend. I'll tell you there are still sell-off activities in some stock because profit taking is still ongoing in the market. But you don't need to panic. But if you understand what I'm going to explain now, it will also prepare your mind that once you make profit, don't be carried away with the profit. Also, when you are entering into position, like we in Investdata, we will give you signal for a week. We don't give you that you want to make 100% in a week. We'll give you a signal that once you hit that target for trader, that's how to trade. You have your buy range. Once you hit that target, you sell off, you come again and hold your money and watch for an opportunity. That is how to survive in this kind of world. When market is going up in one direction, it's going to come down as the way it went up. That is always what you do. Point 4 or rule 4. Before said exponentially, rising or falling markets usually go further than you think. When a market is going up, you think that this stock will go more than this. Before you know, the market will go higher. So also when it is falling down, market will stop here before you know. But that is why you see the importance of what having your technical tools to know exactly when market is making new highs. You can tell that there is one between when market is making new highs and when market is making tops. These are the two things you know. When market is making new highs and also I see market making new tops, there are two different things that you know exactly you want to look at when you are doing your analysis as technician. And also when it's correcting, you say, oh, market will stop here, it will go beyond this level. Before you know it, market will break up. Many people are thinking that market will not cross 2,000, it will correct. market is already to 54 before adjusting down. You see, you can't have correct adjustment saying exponentially rising or falling markets usually go further than you think, but they do not correct by going what sideways. Market not by this way. If market go up, if you want to correct, it must come down. That is the correction. When market is ascending, I'll tell you that is not correction. It's just waiting for strength. But when market want to correct, as the way it go up, it's going to come down. If you have all this at the back of your mind, you can see I'm giving this rule to guide you so that you will know how the market operates. Once you have these simple rules on how market, so that you won't be a victim of entering at the top, because most people buy at the top. And those that buy are those that have no knowledge, and those that have no information. They buy at the top when the music is over. At that time, you start selling on them. That's why rule number five said the public buy the most of the top, most at the top. Why not at the least? Why less at the bottom or least? Let me tell you this. For those that are contrarian and those that also like technical like us, who know when a stock is at overbought region using your technical tools. When it's at overbought, know that that stock is about to start coming down. But those that don't understand the market, even at that because it has rallied. For example, when market is going up now, because they are coming down, market is going up, market is going up, and they want to jump in here. But when market was at the bottom that they need to buy, the level information it is there at the top. See, most public, India, most people coming at that top, but that's where the noise, the publicity, or the news, or the information about like market is and everyone want to come at that top. At that top they come. But when market is low, nobody want to come at that level. And that is the right level to use to buy. That is why you identify a trend before the market know that trend. Once you identify and they come, you are already more. That is why as those that go to attend the common master class, we are prepared how we should position ahead of numbers and ahead of information that we want to see ahead of us. That's why it always will come on the first step to Saturday in the month of July. So you can come and position ahead of the market. As the market is seeing what you have seen earlier, as they are coming in, you are also cashing out on that movement. That is how to invest. I said the last one is the public buy the most at what at the top and the least at the bottom. You can see the reverse here. Then this is where we're going to stop for the 10 stock market rules that players or investors need to remember or know at any market phase or any market condition. This is for that. Then the next one, we want to look at the market information. The market information this hour is very, very important. You can see that our market, as we speak, is still in red, but we want to look at the information that is in the market as we speak now. Market is not too early as because of what correction. It's not that the market is actually down or bad. No, we are seeing correction, which I expect that is expected, and this correction is a result of profit taking in some stock, particularly the high cap stock also that have moved the stock up here. I can see the life of MTN, losing like 6 naira, and that has put the market down as we speak now. Then the market news at this hour is that Seplat announced its Q1 intraday dividend payment, and the exchange rate of that payment will be one USD to what to 418.77%. One USD to what 0.7920 sterling a pound. Normal this is how they tell you. That means for the closure period for this Q1 dividend for Seplat is on the 15th of June. On the 15th of June, if you have it in mind. This is a company that have come to to keep their paying pattern or their tradition or on work or history consistently. They did it in 2021. Every quarter they are paying dividend. At the end of the year, you cannot come up to say what they are paid here. This is also another trend they are bringing from the international market, the foreign market that almost of them do. They don't wait for 2 years. They pay. Then Seplat has started that also since last year. Today now they are giving us information that for the first quarter, then that the qualification date will be for the closure date will be for what on the 15th of June 2022. That means if you want to be to partake in that, if you are there already, for those that are long, as I said, for those that are pensioners and those that are planning for retirement, or those that are retired and want to earn money on regularly basis, this kind of stock also you have in your portfolio. It comes every quarter. It's a good way also to plan with your work, with your investment. Then another information this morning that Linkage Assurance also have notified exchange of its work of the AGM coming up on that will hold on the June 23rd, 2022 at Civic Center, Victoria Land, Lagos. And the latest news here is that as we speak, the following stock I want to mention now are the stock that they were adjusted this morning for dividend and for bonus. The share price of Nestle Nigeria no Sterling Bank, Julius Berger, no Aluminium exclusion, and were adjusted for what? For dividend they declared for 2021. While that of Police Microfinance was adjusted for a bonus of 149 bonus announced. These are the adjustments, and this also is attributed to why the market is still also in this trade position, because you can see the number of stocks that were adjusted for dividend. It's going to affect the auction, because these are taken away from the price of this stock. Seeing the life of Nestle, and also I said earlier that MTN at the beginning of the market today was losing 6 naira. Now the price adjustment for Nestle, for Julius Berger, and for Sterling Bank, and also for Police Microfinance, bonus 149, and all this also going to put pressure on the index. Like I said, most times, you look at what is sectoral index to know exactly what is happening in the market. As to speak, I'll tell you that the market is in red. Market is losing about 227.90, representing 0.42%. Market is trading currently as to speak at 53,857.40. This is what the market is also doing. You can see that the market rate is still negative. We're having more seller, more losers than the gainers. But the top gainers as to speak, uh, the top gainers as to speak at this moment are Police Microfinance, followed by UACN, then Jaiz Bank, no UPDC, and the Mutual Benefit Assurance. These are the top gainers, and we want to look at them also with our technical chart. When it comes to charting, we want to look at this price was adjusted Police Microfinance, then look at the life of Jaiz Bank. Jaiz Bank was adjusted last week price. Then look at UPDC, what is moving the stock now. Then if you look at the losers, the top losers for this hour, I'll tell you the one leading there, sorry, is the Honeywell Flour Mill, one leading the losers back 10% flat this morning, trading around the 3.15 kobo as we speak, followed by Royal Exchange. Royal Exchange Assurance is also losing almost 9.18% at this hour. Then we have UPDC, sorry, uh, University Press, that is a UPL, which is a University Press, also losing to trade around 2.60 kobo as we speak. Then we have FTN Cocoa on that list, and the life of FTN losing okay, MTN is losing almost 3 naira now. 3 naira is MTN going down with, that is about 2.53%. We trade around 234 now for MTN. These are the losers. If you want to look at the volume, like I always say, we want to look at what is happening in MTN. Let's see what our chart is saying, but I see potential in that stock. We want to check what is happening in MTN. Look at also what is happening in UPDC, University Press. University Press. We want to look at what is happening in University Press. But these are much accounts we're expecting to hit the market. With the opportunity now that is going down. But if you want to look at the volume, I always say that the top trading volume is very, very important for you to know. I can see the life of Transcorp again leading the pack there, followed by Sterling Bank, then Royal Exchange, and what and Access Corp. The last one there is Honeywell. These are the top in terms of volume. You can see the position of the market now. Market is negative. We are seeing negative red, and also market is down by 0.42 as we speak. We want to look at this following chart. Then we want to chart the Transcorp. Don't forget that we want to look at what is happening in Transcorp. But Transcorp as we speak has crossed to 10 naira. Access Bank has crossed to 10 naira now, flat. Then we want to look at Transcorp, look at Access Bank, look at what is happening in MTN. MTN, want to look at what is happening in MTN as we speak now. Then UPL, which is the University Press, want to look at what is, these are the, then look at what is happening in Jaiz Bank and UPDC. These are the 6 stocks we're going to look at their chart this hour. But let's quickly start with the market, what is happening in the market. Now, look at the chart with our indicators. Once we've done that, we are good to go. But let's look at the market. You can see the index action already. You can see from here that the market is trying to pull back. But the good thing that market has not taken, the correction has not taken this green bullish candle you are seeing here. As at for Friday, you can see a new wave that has started like 3 days ago or 4 days ago. The market Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday was slowing down this morning as a result of markdown, especially in stock like Nestle, Julius Berger, and also we are seeing the life of MTN on the loser part, and that has also supported this pullback. But let's see before the market closes. We are seeing the midday. I believe that as also the afternoon traders take come back to the market or join the market, might see another momentum. As we speak now, market is in the red. Let's quickly call our indicators to look at our state of the market and what we should achieve from here. This is a live market that you need to get your instrument. You look at the MACD, look at money flow, and go back straight to our what our T line. Our T line has always been what you know it's eight position, 8 days moving, 8 days moving average exponential for our T line. You can see now as we speak, if you look carefully here, I see that the market is still above the T line. You can look very well. That's why there's a little pullback here, correction. And you can see also your MACD. MACD is also telling you, even though we are seeing little correction here, MACD is still moving towards what to become what bullish. You can see, look at this histogram here, this histogram chart we are seeing here. You can see that it's looking down to up. But let's see, you can see that money flow is still looking down below 50, around 45. But 1 hour chart will give us exactly what is happening in the market at this hour. Let's look at 1 hour chart. Market is still strong because as we speak, at 1 hour chart, we are still seeing that the market is above the T line and the MACD is looking bullish, and just the money flow is just making a little no up down what is it called, looking towards southward now as we speak. You can see it here, but I tell you that market is still strong, is still in the market. As we speak, we're having about almost 66.8 at the level of money flow in the market now. But looking at what MFI is looking at around 66.88. Let's see what the market is going to close for the day. But for me, there's no cause for alarm. Like I said, at the month of May is closing positive. We expect a little correction in the month of June to create opportunity for people to also reposition their portfolio ahead of Q2 number in July. But I always say that this is the time for you to look for target good stock that has a commodity backed stock, and at the same time, that company you expect that their earnings will continue to remain up because of what they were successfully able to push their price, high cost of increase their price and their high cost to consumer, and they are still making sales. These are where you should, because that will still support the earnings of this company at the end of the day. Because as inflation has hit every facet of the economy, also most companies that are smart are able to push this cost to their consumer, and their sales are still going and they are still making money. Sorry, at the end of the day, we're going to post a positive number. That's what we are saying here. The quick one, I want to quickly look at the Transcorp. So I can look at our stocks now. Let's look at Transcorp. What is happening in Transcorp? Once you get that, what is happening in Transcorp? Let's see what's happening in Transcorp. You can see that stock. Yes, Transcorp on the 1 hour chart trying to resist the decline. You can see this one. It has gone at the sellers, buyers have pushed it back, but still flat on the T line. You can see here. Yes, this already confirming yes it's bullish, but confirming that there's a slowdown momentum already. You can see that MACD is already sliding down here. And money flow is trading almost around 59.70, but looking down on the 1 hour chart for the stock. I see also a slowdown in that stock. Profit taking is also in that plane. Also on a day chart, when I mean a day chart today, so it's still resisting the decline. You can see here the candlestick formation here, there that still flat on the T line, and MACD has confirmed what a bearish position for the stock, but still trying to come back. And see it here for Transcorp. And money flow is still high on the day chart around 73 points, which is okay. If you draw your chart here, that's that. If you draw this so let me take it here. If you draw a line from here now, you can see that this is also an uptrend that you can also look at. Yes, say that this is looking up here for the stock. Also, if you also draw, the formation here is also, what we call a cyclical triangle. I also tell you that either a breakout up, a breakout down. To draw the chart here for the stock. Now you take your cursor here and draw the chart here. From here down, you can see, if you are seeing what I'm seeing, there, take here again. From here, yeah, you can decide to go from here or from here. You can take it from here. You take it from here. This is another good one. You can take it from here. Yeah. And see that the more the space becomes smaller here, either a breakout or a breakdown, which is also a good one. This is a bullish chart pattern, psychological triangle, either a continuation or a breakout, a reversal, a continuation chart pattern. It's okay. For me, transport can see the money flow here that is still a positive one. Let's look at quickly look at access curve, what is happening there. Let's look at it now. You can see this bank has since even since the trend that I will impact all the companies in that space, the banking space. Let's see this access holding PSC. Yeah, access holding PSC. You can see information here. It has gone up here. This on the chart. You can see that resisting decline has touched as high as 10. And to pay now it's trading above the T line. The good to speak in that range of price around the know, 990 to 10 naira. That is what the price is doing now at this hour. And I can tell you, money flow is still positive, looking up on a day chart. Let's look at 1 hour chart for the stock. Give us the reposition on the stock. You can see we're seeing what we call a bullish engulfing already here. You can see it here. The last can see an above the T line, taking to take care of the last bearish position that is called bullish engulfing. I'm trying to see it here. For me, it's a good one. And MACD is positive for assets here. And money flow on the one chart, once is entering asset. Assets is a good stock to position, but stock to hold and stock to buy. Even at the current price of 10 naira or between those that are invested, that you already know that they buy asset signal, the range to enter the stock and the target. You can see the stock hitting the nearest future. Usually those that are weekly traders or monthly traders can see the position. You can see also it's forming what we call in tech analysis a saucer. You can move from here to here. It's called a saucer movement, and also saucer or bullish. This a V position also that gives that form also a bullish chart. That pattern you need to take call it V or saucer formation. The same thing, and it's a good one. Down here, the same pattern is being formed here. For me, it's a good one for assets. Assets is positive technically and fundamentally as we speak. Let's quickly look at what is happening in MTN. It's very important. MTN is a store that also investors should try and also have with their portfolio at this time. Let's look at MTN. What is happening in MTN? Let's see MTN Nigeria. I want to see this is a 1 hour chart for MTN. As 1 hour chart, MTN is trading below the T line on 1 hour chart. That means you can see when it broke down the T line here. Previous day, you can see it here. Now around the stocks are around within 30 within 32, 35 and to 231. You can see the range here. That's where it's looking at. So I see that it's also trying the MACD is looking bearish on a 1 hour chart. Then one money flow is looking down, even below 10. For me, you have to see fund is not entering the stock now. But once you confirm a breakout above this T line, I think you can jump in. It's a store that should be your portfolio. Those that are locked them can still go ahead and buy at this current price. Because when the stock also is likely to form a double bottom here, look at where it is here and where it is now. That might be a double bottom. Before you know it, it's going to go up again. You can see head and shoulder already. Then inverted. Then for me, let's watch the stock. The stock has a good, single a good place to enter. You can see the stock within 227 and 227 and 235 is okay, or 240 is okay. Within range by range of 227 to 240 is a good one for the stock. For the stock, let's look at the day chart for MTN. On the day chart, it's trading below the T line. You can see it here. MACD has confirmed a very situation. Why fund is still entering the stock on a day chart? You can see it here. Fund is entering the stock. I think looking up, fund is entering the stock, and the MACD is very possible to start going up here. And you can see where it is now. Once you break out the T line, it's a good stock to jump in for MTN on a day chart. Quick one, let's look at what is happening on the UPL. UPL is one of their match accounts. Let's see UPL, what are we expecting in UPL to see in that stock. UPL, what are we expecting in UPL? See UPL. On a day chart, UPL is below what the T line very well, and it has performed a very situation. You can see money flow is looking down seriously. You can see the way it's looking down. You know, all the momentum indicators have confirmed a bearish trend for the stock and trading below the T line. You can see it here, far below the T line. You can see where the price is, where the T line is. You need to also be very careful. Now that the market was to come to a place to form a double bottom, you can see here where my cursor is now. You can see here. That means when it form here, come down here, the product going back here. That means it become triple bottom here, here, and here. That means you have to wait to confirm. Once it touch around the 250, 245, 48, it's a good time to buy, especially as we expect the number to hit the market between now and end of June, the 30th June, for the result to hit the market. Yeah, I've seen the stock on the 1 hour chart, how it look like. I see on the 1 hour chart, but on the 1 hour chart for for PPL, you can still see that it's below the T line, but I've seen that MACD is trying to form. MACD is trying to look up. Why? That's why I said this stock is what to look at. Once you get to that, that double triple bottom, it's a place to buy. If I can see sign here on the 1 hour chart, and the stock might likely reverse up. As I told you earlier that we're expecting their full year result, but it's a year, March year and account. Yes, pick one. Let's look at the UPDC. If that permits us, we look at what? Look at Jai's back. I think that is one of our left now. Let's look at UPDC. What is happening in UPDC? Let's look at UPDC. As we speak, UPDC on the 1 hour chart is flat on the wall of the T line, flat on the T line, and we're seeing here, try to reverse on the harmonic flow on the 1 hour chart is very strong, looking up around. For me, phone is in the stock here. You can see that it's coming down, but trying to look up. You can see, let's see what the stock, still around the between around the 106, 102. For me, stock has potential since they have turned to a positive account, positive. They wiped away their loss in their last Q1 result. If that momentum or that pattern is sustained throughout this year, the price we are seeing this stock is a very low price compared to where it's going. UPDC, you know that this company assets and also their book value. You need to also look at it. At this current price, something will happen. That means if you want to look at the world of the stock, nothing stops you to look at the world of the stock. Let's take the 1 hour, a day chart. We have seen 1 hour. On a day chart, as we speak, almost try to cross the T line. You can see here, but still marginally below the T line. Our money flow is looking down, while MACD is trying to become bullish on a day chart. Here, I'll tell you, if I trading here, you can see that it's not going down, but slightly below the T line. Cross it today, I'll see it around the 103 and 102. You can see it today. Yeah, this stock is okay. Once you can, after this are trending and crossover, that would be nice for UPDC. For me, yes, time will not permit us. Our time is fast spent. We'll look at the Jai's Bank tomorrow by God grace. Let me quickly just look at the chart. I look at Jai's Bank tomorrow by God grace. But let's look at the Jai's Bank tomorrow by God grace. Let me put the chart up. Yeah, slightly below the T line. Yeah, you can see flat movement on the day chart and the bearish on MACD. We'll discuss more on Jai's Bank tomorrow. I will say a big thank you for your time, and also look forward to see you tomorrow. And like always, encourage share the link with your friends. At the same time, subscribe to the YouTube. You can see analysis and updates that are going on in that YouTube. Go ahead and look the analysis hangout. Everything is there. You can see view of other analysis in the market, and also the question and answer is there. That means if you are not on that platform, subscribe to it. Like anytime we upload our educational video like this, you can also get and learn one or two things that will help you improve your portfolio. We say big thank you, and also don't forget to kind of put your book your day for the coming master class, the first Saturday for the month of July. I said earlier that from tomorrow, next tomorrow on Wednesday, the new month, you see my team will start telling you how to register and what it will cost and all those stuff. But I'll tell you, take the time and then go to your calendar and mark that date so you can plan for that effectively. I will say thank you and God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. I remain Ambrose. Have a nice day.